While on YouTube, it's your boy TC back with another video. And just before we go ahead, I'm running a new competition, and this time it's a chance to win yourself Arsenal's third kit for the 2017-18 season. So please make sure you click the link in the description below to enter yourself into this competition. So jumping right into the episode, today's episode 17 of the Daily Gunners Talk, and the three stories I'll be featuring in today's episode will be in regards to Gabriel Paulista finally leaving the club, as well as the fact that Julian Draxler has been declared as available by PSG, and the Nigerian billionaire Aliko Dangote has claimed that if he does purchase Arsenal, he will be sacking Arsene Wenger. So jumping into the first story in today's episode is in regards to Gabriel Paulista's transfer to Valencia. So we've been talking about getting rid of players throughout the whole summer, and finally we've managed to get rid of one. And the first one out of the door, unfortunately, is Gabriel Paulista. It did put in some memorable performances, in particular last season. He did chip in well when we did have a few injuries here and there. However, he failed to establish himself within the first team. So he's been spotted at airports in the UK, well, at an airport in the UK, as well as at an airport in Spain. So the deal is definitely going through. And a report has come out this evening suggesting that Gabriel has landed in Valencia ahead of completing a £10 million move from Arsenal. The centre-half failed really to establish himself at the Emirates since joining from Villareal for 11.3 million, and now Arsene Wenger is to cut his losses. He had fallen below Rob Holding, Laurent Koscienly, Shkodran Mustafi, and even the usual left back in the form of Nacho Monreal. Gabriel started his career with Brazilian club Vitoria before moving to the Yellow Submarine in Spain. He joined the Gunners just 2 seasons ago, with Wenger desperate to sign a centre-back. So that particular phrase, desperate, is accurate in my opinion. We were desperate at the time, I believe, when we signed Gabriel. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and we've had to ship him along. But my main concern is, of course, Gabriel wasn't up to the standard, but it did plug the gaps in when required. My main concern is, do we get someone else to replace him, or is he going to gamble and keep Callum Chambers in and have Callum Chambers as that direct replacement? I'm not sure how this is going to pan out, but please let me know what you think in the comments below, how it's actually going to pan out. The report further states, Wenger is trying to offload a number of flops this summer, which is proving more difficult than hoped. Of course, we are struggling to get rid of some players. These players I've continuously mentioned in previous episodes, and it is the likes of Kieran Gibbs, Carl Jenkinson, Matthew Debussy. The list goes on and on and on. So what do you guys think about this move? £10 million seems measly as well. But again, I think it's a fair valuation, and I'm glad he's off the books. So please let me know what you think in the comments below. Moving on, and the next story is in regards to Julian Draxler. So Draxler is one of those players Wenger has admired for a number of years, and has not had the balls to go out and sign him. So obviously Draxler is currently a PSG player, and as we know, Neymar has recently arrived at PSG for a world record transfer fee, but it means that one player has to leave PSG amongst the forwards that they currently have. So one name that's been floating around the media would be Julian Draxler. I'm a massive fan of Julian Draxler, based on the fact that the talent he possesses, the age, and he's a currently full German international. I think he will tick all the boxes, as well as based on the fact that we may not have Alexis next season, nor Mesut Ozil. So I'd urge Wenger, if I was a close companion or someone associated with the club, I would highly urge him to go out and spend the money on Julian Draxler. Obviously, we know that the Thomas Lemar deal is currently falling through. Reports are surfacing that Man United are going to go for him. So yet again, we've lost out on a player. So the report that came out this evening suggests PSG will listen to offers for the German international just 6 months after they bought him. The 23-year-old has been coveted by Arsene Wenger for a number of years, and he came close to signing signing the talented forward in January 2014, but failed to agree a fee with Schalke. So yet again, the same problems over the years. He's not willing to pay enough money, and yet again, we lose talented, decent young players. The report further states that Draxler subsequently moved to Wolfsburg and spent 2 years there before appearing to have found a long-term home in the French capital when he moved there last January for £36 million. Again, £36 million is not that much of a bigger fee, considering the current climate and the market as it is at the moment within football. So I believe it would have been a fee that we could have afforded. The report then further states that the recent world record signing off Neymar has dramatically changed the picture. However, and Draxler is said to have been deemed surplus to the requirements at PSG. Arsenal obviously already have an abundance of attacking options at their disposal, but nevertheless, we still need some additions up front based on the current situation on contracts. That also includes Oxlade-Chamberlain. I didn't mention him when I mentioned Ozil and Sanchez. So what do you guys think? Do you think Wenger should just go out there, spend the money and bring Draxler in? He's an experienced international, he's young, he's extremely talented. I personally would love to see him at the club. So please do let me know what you think in the comments below. And the final story in today's short episode will be in regards to Africa's richest man in the form of Aliko Dangote, who previously has toyed with the idea of actually purchasing Arsenal. He's a multi-billionaire in Africa, and as I said, he's one of the richest people, well, is the richest person in Africa, I should say. And a report surfaced today suggesting that Dangote will sack Arsene Wenger if he was to purchase Arsenal Football Club. So the report states, Nigerian billionaire Aliko Dangote's first order of business if he succeeds in purchasing Arsenal will be to fire manager Arsene Wenger. Dangote is Africa's richest man with a net worth of $11.1 billion, and he has covered the team since becoming a supporter in the mid-80s. He said in an interview he'll consider making an offer once the construction of an $11 billion oil refinery in Nigeria's commercial capital Lagos is completed towards the end of the decade. So the time frames to me are a bit too far-fetched. If he was serious, I'm sure he could put a consortium together as him as the lead, and they could put an undeniable offer on the table to Stan Kroenke, and if he really wanted to take over the club, he could certainly do so. So the report further states that Dangote said, the first thing I'll do is change the coach. He has done a good job, but someone else should also try their luck. Obviously, Arsene Wenger is Europe's longest serving manager since his appointment back in 1996. And I believe he's taken the club as far as he can. He's done a fantastic job over the years. He's won us league titles in the past, even though I'd love many more league titles. However, it seems as if he's become unstuck in recent years. So what do you guys think about these statements made by Aliko Dangote? If you are familiar with who he is, what he does, please let me know what you think in the comments below. So just another quick recap on this episode. We've featured Gabriel moving to Valencia. The move is close to completion. Julian Draxler is available on the market should Arsenal go ahead and sign him, and the statements made by Aliko Dangote today in regards to the action he will take if he was to purchase Arsenal. And just another quick reminder, guys, I'm running yet another competition, and this time is to win a third kit for the 2017-18 season. So if you want to enter yourself in this competition, please make sure you click the link in the description below, and you will be in the chance of winning a third kit for the season. So once again, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.